Imagine waking up day after day, trapped in a game rigged not in your favor. The traditional GP model that once was the golden path now feels more like a cage. The endless struggles, the endless fundraising grinds, the sleepless nights spent convincing the same worn-out limited partners that your vision matters. The promises that were made to you, trust us, the system works. But all you see is a mountain of rules and middlemen between your genius and the impact you want to create. It's suffocating. And it's not just about money. It's about the soul-crushing fatigue of being part of a broken system that rewards the average and buries the exceptional. The old game is fading, and if you don't see it, if you don't feel it in your bones, that gnawing anxiety telling you this can't last, it's because you've been trained not to notice. The world told you, this is how things are done. But that lie is cracking. The truth is, the old rules are dying because they never served the true creator, the true builder, the rare individual who sees beyond the noise. The traditional GP model was designed for a world that no longer exists. It was built for uniformity, comfort, and control. But today's edge of innovation is razor-sharp, chaotic, and alive with power that cannot be corralled by outdated structures. If you're still clinging to the old ways, you're not leading. You're following the slow march toward irrelevance. Right now, you're at a crossroads and it's painful. Every meeting, every cap table negotiation, every bump in the roadmap reminds you this model is a fortress that hasn't just closed its gates. Its walls are crumbling. This isn't about new tech or fresh jargon. It's about seeing the system for what it is. A fragile illusion that pretends to protect, but really confines. And those who cling hardest to this illusion, those resting on yesterday's laurels, will be left behind, watching as those who choose to evolve rewrite the rules and take everything. But this edge, terrifying as it is where the greatest opportunity hides. It's a ruthless path paved by those who reject the slow, safe, sleepy life handed to them. If you're here, you feel it. A fire inside that refuses to be tamed by slides and spreadsheets and LP dinners. You are not fooled by promises of stability. You know stability is a cage, comfort a ceiling, and waiting a slow death. The new game demands something else. Freedom not granted but taken. Power not asked for but seized. And here's where it gets real. No one is coming to save you. Traditional VCs, networks, firms, systems, they're all caught in the old model's gravity well, spinning in the same orbit of consensus and mediocrity. The only way forward is to break out on your own terms, to shed the weight of outdated expectations and engineer a brand new reality designed for the exceptional, the rare, the misaligned brilliance longing to be unleashed. Picture this: a world where your value isn't diluted by layers of gatekeepers or smothered by bureaucracy. A network not built to herd you, but to connect you, connecting the few who burn hotter, think sharper, and build bigger. Where your sharpest instincts aren't just heard, but amplified. No more explaining yourself to those who don't get the vision. No more fighting to fit into boxes not made for you. Instead, alliances forged with those few who blaze as fiercely as you. Collaboration, not compliancy. Radical alignment, not compromise. That's where real power begins. It's not about chasing noise or building empires of followers. It's about crafting a future that aligns with your will. Sovereignty is your weapon. Think about that for a moment. What does it mean for your work, your investments, your legacy, if you take control of your own destiny, free from the shackles of outdated contracts and tired models? This is more than a shift. It's a seismic change in how power flows, how impact is made. But power without patience is just recklessness. You know that too. The long game is ruthless. It demands endurance and precision, but so does greatness. It's about playing a game that no one else dares to play, with moves so strategic they seem invisible until victory is undeniable. It's a dance with time, not a sprint for instant validation. Think about this. Where else can you find a collective that honors difference rather than tries to erase it? One that understands that strength comes from contrast, bringing together people so different, so wild, so defiant that together they spark something no one else can touch? It's a network not of many, but of the few willing to burn, to transform, to refuse the easy path and instead carve something brutal and beautiful out of chaos. This is what escape looks like. Freedom that doesn't smile and soothe but challenges and demands. It is not a promise of ease. It's a call to arms. A summons to leave behind what's comfortable and familiar, the nice little boxes, the factory lines of good enough, and step into a space where failure is a stepping stone and brilliance is the baseline. The traditional GP model looked like a fortress once, but really it was a prison disguised as a palace. The rules weren't made to serve you. They were made to keep you contained, to keep the extraordinary under check. Today, that prison's walls are broken. But broken walls don't fix themselves. They demand you tear away the rubble and build something new, a new architecture for investment and partnership that is ruthless in its honesty and unyielding in its freedom. What might that look like? Imagine a partnership where every member is sovereign, where money flows not through gatekeepers but directly to impact. Transparency replaces noise. Speed replaces inertia. Trust is currency that can't be faked because it flows between equals with aligned purpose. Imagine LPs who are no longer just check writers, but co-creators of vision, contributors to a shared mission that burns too bright to be watered down by bureaucracy. This is not a fantasy. It's happening now underground, in pockets of brilliance, in daring corners of the market where rules are rewritten daily. And you, if you choose, can lead this frontier, redefining what it means to be a GP, to be an investor, to be a force for creation in a world aching for real change. But it demands something rare. The courage to look away from consensus and toward what terrifies. The bravery to unlearn everything told to you about power, about success, about safety. The resolve to be selective. Not everyone belongs here. Only those who burn with intention, who demand their work be theirs alone, who crave not belonging but becoming. No one promised it would be easy. No one promised comfort, because these chains, the comfort and conformity, those are the real enemy. You're not just fighting systems. You're fighting the parts inside yourself that want the easy route, the safe answer, the quiet life. But you wouldn't be watching this if you didn't know you're meant for more. You wouldn't be here if you weren't ready to shatter illusions and step into autonomy. So hear this clear. The end of the traditional GP model isn't a death. It's a liberation. A breaking free into a new era where what matters is not your title or your history, but your willingness to burn brighter and connect deeper. This is the time to shed the old skin and ignite a new legacy, one built on the raw power of the few, the brave, and the brilliant, who refuse to accept anything less than transformation. You are not broken because the world changed. The world changed because you were ready to lead. The old model wasn't failing you because you weren't good enough. It was failing you because it never fit the rare fire you carry. And this is your call, to step out of the shadows and into a network that holds space for that fire to become a wildfire. A place where your will is the weapon, your alignment the armor, and your patience the shield on the long road to greatness. Do not run from this moment. Do not bury it beneath convenience or quiet compromise. This is the edge where total surrender meets total power, the edge where the few wake up, rise up, and remake everything. Nothing will change if you hold on to old truths. It's time to break free. It's time to burn brighter. Because the future isn't built by those who follow. It's built by those who refuse to fold. This is not the end. This is your beginning.